Oh boy. All right, who knows this book? I bet a lot of you do.
I know it. I know it because I have it at home. I do have me.
Okay, now. Remember the rules. When you want to say something in school, what do? So we have to practice. Okay, so my turn.
I do it.
Today we're talking about rhyming. Do you want to stay right here or do you want to sit right there? Okay, let me move you up here so you can see the book. Okay? And this is called, who knows?
Night construction site.
Does it rhyme?
Yeah.
Night and sight. Okay, let's see what it says. And I have a bunch of stuff for you to do today, okay? And even to take home. Good night, construction site. What's a construction site?
The workplace.
And what's there? Are there
Where the real buildings.
Right. Let's see if we can hear some rhymes, okay? Put on your best listening ears. Listen for rhymes. Down in the big construction site, the tough trucks work with all their might to build a building, make a road to get the job done, load by load. So we have sight and might and road and load. Do those rhyme?
Yes.
The sun has set, the work is done. It is time for trucks to end their fun. So one by one they'll go to bed to yawn and rest their sleepy heads, then wake up to another day of rough and tough construction play. Day and play. Right, Griffin? Working hard to help his team, the crane truck raises one last beam. Are those heavy?
No.
They're so heavy that they need a truck to lift it up. People can't lift it. Even probably 10 people couldn't lift that. Reaching, stretching, lifting high, he swings the beam into the
Sky.
He'll set it down right on its mark, then off to bed. It's almost dark. Mark and dark. Can you see it okay? He slowly folds his boom back in, and then with one last sleepy grin, he tucks himself in nice and tight and cuddles up and says, "Good night." Shh. Good night, crane truck. Good night. The crane truck is going to sleep. Spinning, churning all day long, cement mixer sings his whirly song. Now he's weary and so dizzy from the fun that keeps him busy. Good, Cecilia. With one last spin, he pours the load. Now he's ready to leave the road. Wow, you guys, pat yourselves on the back. 4 pats on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great listening and great rhyming. He takes a bath, gets shiny bright, pulls up his chute, turns off the
Light.
He cuts his engine, slows his drum, and dreams sweet dreams of twirly fun. Shh. Good night, cement mixer. Good night. Trucks are all going to sleep because they don't work in the dark, do they?
No, they go to sleep.
What kind of truck is this?
A dumper.
Dump truck loves to work and haul. He carries loads both big and
Small.
He moves the dirt from place to place, then dumps it with a happy
Face.
One final load spills on the heap. Now dump truck is tired and wants to sleep. There are name tags right up there. Okay. He lowers his bed, locks his gate, rests his wheels. It's getting late. Good job. He dims his lights, then shuts his doors, and soon his engine slows to snores. Shh. Good night, dump truck. Good
One guy's singing,
night.
one guy's singing, hey, hey. Digger.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, you can leave it right there.
Digger.
And the name tags are up there. Pushing with his mighty blade, bulldozer works to smooth the grade. He clears the way to level ground and fills the air with thunderous sound. Roar! Look at all the rocks he's pushing. No one's as tough and strong as he, but now he's sleepy. He puffs some smoke out of his stack, turns off his engine, stops his track. He curls into his soft dirt bed and dreams of busy days ahead. Shh. Good night, bulldozer. Good night. Scooping gravel, dirt, and sand, excavator shapes the land. He digs and lifts throughout the day, but now it's time to end his play. What did he do?
Me digging.
Look at all the holes, all different shapes. What shape is this one?
Circle.
What shape is this one?
Square. No, rectangle. Heart.
It's a rectangle.
Rectangle. It's a heart. It's a heart, that one.
It's sort of, I could see that. A few more holes to dig and soon he'll roll to bed beneath the moon. When does the moon come out?
In the night.
He says, yawn. He twirls upon his bumpy track, pulls up his boom, stretches his back. He sets his scoop down on the ground and snuggles up without a
Sound.
shh. Good night. Shh. Griffin, excavator. These big, big trucks, so tough and loud, they work so hard, so rough and proud. Tomorrow is another day, another chance to work and play. Griffin, could you do me a favor? Just move right over on the W or the K, whichever you like. Turn off your engine, stop your tracks. Relax your wheels, your stacks and backs. No more huffing and puffing, team. It's time to rest your heads and dream. Construction site all tucked in tight. The day is done. Turn off the
Light.
great work today now. Shh. Who remembers? 5.5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Remember, for the half we stop. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Good job. Okay, we're all set with that thought. I'm going to show you this, and we can try this. What's this a picture of?
A cat.
Does cat rhyme with pan?
No.
Does cat rhyme with cake?
No.
Does cat rhyme with hat?
Yes.
So look what I did. I put the clothespin on the hat. I'm going to give you a couple of these to try, okay? All right, so
this at my house,
let me.
and I also raised my hand at my
Perfect. Okay, I will give. I'm going to give you these 3. Hold on to those. And Jack, come on up and get these 3. And Cecilia, you can sit right down. Cecilia, get these 3. And then I'm going to give you guys a clothespin. Bryce. And you can take these home. Hunter. Okay, Julian. Harrison. Marshall.
That's a robot.
Alice. Look at your cards, and I'm going to give you a clothespin and you can try them. And then we're going to move on to our next book. Griffin. And I can give you some more at the end to take home. Kevin and Quinn. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a clothespin. And you know what you have to do, right? Try it and see if you can do a rhyme. And then you can try the next one.
And then the next one, right?
Yep.
And then the next.
Try all three, and then you can take these home if you want, okay? And work on them at home to practice.
I don't really know what.
If you need help, I can help you.
Can you help? I don't have one.
What don't you know? That is a scale. So you have to decide what scale rhymes with.
Rat ring.
Okay?
Rat. No, this the one. Rat back. Yes.
Can you do it?
Rat rhymes with bat.
Rat rhymes with bat. Scale rhymes with snail. Tail rhymes with whale. Look how smart you are. Wall rhymes with what? Wall. Fall. Look at you. Scale and snail. Okay. Good for you. Who else? Beat. And you're right. Feet.
This the one. Is this the one?
Plate and moon, plate and gate, which sounds the same.
Oh.
Yes.
Look.
Yes. Good job. Okay. Put them up on a table. Okay.
No, you didn't do this.
That's okay. You're gonna bring them home. So put your pile right up on the table, and you can take them home with you. And I have a lot more. Just put them right up there till later. Okay, we're gonna work on it, and keep picking them right on the table. Did you need a clothespin, honey? I'm sorry. And then stay standing up. Oh, okay, good. Put it right on the table. You know what? Okay, put them right up on the table, and come sit right down. I will help you at the end. Okay, put them right up here, sweetie. Here, right up here. That's okay. Now, guys, come stand up over here with me. Come stand up on the rug. Stand up. Stand up on the rug. Ready? Jump. Up. Jump. 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 Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Hop on one foot. Hop on the other foot. Okay. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Marshall.
You know what? Here, Julian, go right over there. Griffin, move back over so I can see everybody. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's see what we're going to do next. And I have a lot more cards to give you. Okay, this book. Anybody ever see this one?
No.
I love this. You know why?
Why?
Because it's about painting, and I paint. And I teach a lot of painting classes here, too. And this is called I Ain't Gonna Paint No More. And it's also a song. So let's see. Do you think she's making a mess?
Yeah.
And who can remind me, what does an author do?
Paint.
What's an author do?
It writes the book.
The author writes the book. And what does the illustrator do?
He draws.
He draws the pictures. You're right, Quinn. Okay, you ready? I ain't gonna paint no more. One day, my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor and the ceilings and the walls and the curtains and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. Look at this. Would you do this in your house?
No.
No. You ain't gonna paint no more. She put her in the tub. What happened to the water?
It got paint.
It got so much paint. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more.
Please don't sing it.
Now, she stopped painting. What happened to the walls?
It's all white
It's all white
again.
again. So, I take some red and I paint my
Face.
Think, what rhymes with red? I take some red and I paint my...
Head.
Let's see if you're right.
Yeah.
Head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Ah, what the heck? Gonna paint my
Neck.
red head, heck, neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I just can't rest till I paint my...
Chest.
Who said it?
Chest.
Harrison? Chest. What color is that?
Purple. Purple.
Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. Very good. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint my no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. I ain't gonna paint no more. What'd she do to her hand? That's so cool. What do you think?
That's funny.
Now, I see some black, so I paint my...
Back.
Very good, Marsha.
Back.
Now, look it, she's got a roller, and she's rolling paint on her back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my...
Leg.
Oh, you guys are so smart. Look at her leg. It looks like a sock. What do you think of that?
But it looks funny.
I love it. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I ain't complete till I paint my
Feet.
right. Look at her feet. Look at her toes. Look.
Look at.
Now I ain't gonna paint no more. You wanna help me sing? I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut. Gonna paint my what? Don't faint, cause there ain't no paint, so I ain't gonna paint no.
More.
What happened? It ran out of paint. Wow, so we had a lot of words that rhymed. What rhymed? What color rhymed with head?
Red.
What color rhymes with feet?
Feet.
Any word that rhymes with feet. What rhymes with feet?
Black.
Black and back. What else? Who remembers?
Feet.
Leg and give me a word that rhymes with leg.
Egg.
Egg. Give me a word that rhymes with cat.
Hat.
Give me a word that rhymes with pig.
Pig.
Wig.
Pig.
Okay, let's look at this because I bet you guys know this. Who knows Down by the Bay?
Not me. I know. I do. I know. Can we see that song?
Okay, if you know the song, help me. And if not, you're going to know it really quick because it's very easy. Ready? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a bear combing his down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a bee with a sunburned Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a whale with a polka dot? Down by the bay, now really loud. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a fish sailing in a dish? Down by the bay, now whisper. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a cat in a tall black hat? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Last time, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, what could you see sitting in a tree down by the bay? Good job, guys.
I'm really good at that song. I actually know it.
Who knows this book?
Not me.
Oh, boy.
Not me.
After
Not me.
Okay, you have to be really, really quiet and really listen, because this paper goes with this book, and it's going to say what happened first, what happened second, what happened third, and then down here you draw your favorite picture from the book. So, you ready to be really good listeners? Wild about books, but first let's do hip hip hooray. Ready? Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Wild about books. It started in the summer when the Springfield librarian drove her bookmobile to the zoo.
Ooh.
Now, who lives in the zoo?
Animals.
Do animals read?
No.
Molly opened the door, went down the stairs, turned on the computer, and sat in her chair. At first, the animals watched from a distance, but Molly could conquer the strongest resistance. What kind of animals do you see?
A moose, a gazelle,
Oh, very good.
an elephant.
By reading aloud from the good Dr. Seuss, she quickly attracted a mink and a moose, a wombat, an onyx, a lemur, a lynx, 8 elephant calves, and a family of skinks. My goodness, these are some interesting animals that are coming to read books at the zoo. Here they come.
Not that zoo.
Look at now. What do you see?
A lot of animals.
Oh my goodness! In a flash, every beast in the zoo was stampeding to learn about something called reading.
I didn't know animals can't read.
Well, let's see. Look what they're doing. They're taking books, they're hanging from trees, they're looking at pictures. But you know what?
What?
You don't have to be able to read the words to read a book, right? You look at the pictures and what can you do?
Read the book.
You can make up what you think it's about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the greatest thing about books. Forsaking their niches, their riches, their nests and their nooks, they went wild, simply wild about all the wonderful books. Choosing skinny books and fat books and cat in the hat books.
Ooh, I was carrying the head.
Of course. Now what are they?
Giraffes.
What did they do with their books? They put them on the top of a
Wall.
why? Because they're so tall. Wall, tall.
Rhyme.
Giraffes wanted tall books and crickets craved small books, while geckos could only read stick to the wall books. Do you ever see a book that's stuck to the wall?
No way.
Okay, look at all these. The pandas wanted books in Chinese. Molly filled their requests, always eager to please. She even found waterproof books for the otter, who never went swimming without Harry Potter.
I know Harry Potter.
I know.
My
you
sister
do.
knows Harry Potter. Me too. My sister knows.
So look at everybody
My
reading.
brother
They're
knows
reading in the
Harry Potter.
trees. They're reading in the water. They're reading up there. They're reading everywhere. Raccoons read alone, and baboons read in bunches. Llamas read dramas while eating their lunches.
That was funny.
We're almost done with this book. Hyenas shared jokes with the red-bellied snakes, and they howled and they hissed till their funny bones ached. A tree kangaroo who loved Nancy Drew began solving mysteries right at the zoo, such as, why are the Bandicot's books overdue? Gently, Molly taught lessons in treating books right, for the boa constrictor squeezed it too tight. What happens if you squeeze a book really tight?
I went to hiding.
What would happen?
The paper will rip.
Right. Baby bunnies mucked up Goodnight Moon with their paws, and termites devoured the Wizard of Oz. Oh, look what they're doing to the books. Can you do that to a library book? No, you have to be careful because they're to share. And Bear's love of books was completely outrageous. They licked all the pictures right off of the pages. Tasmanian devils found books so exciting that soon they had given up fighting for writing. They made up adventures so thrilling and new that the others decided to be authors too. Pythons wrote with their tails, penguins wrote with their bills, and porcupines wrote with their very own quills. With so many new books, Molly knew what to do. She got 12 beavers, a stork, and a gnu to build a library at the zoo. All right, guys, you know what?
What?
So, I will think. Everybody go grab a seat really quick. We're going to do this really fast because we're going to come right back. I'm going to give you one of these, and all I want you to do is, you see the box on the bottom?
Yeah.
All you have to do is draw a picture of your favorite animal and then go right back to the rug, okay?
I can't.
Hang on. Come here, here's some more.
Do you have to draw the animal?
Just in the box, draw a picture of your favorite animal. That's
Like,
all.
we don't have a
Try
logo.
the best you can, don't worry.
We don't have a logo.
Just try the best and that'll be great. That's
I
all you
can't
have
remember
to
the
do. Real
tiny
quick,
thing.
draw your favorite animal and then come right back down and bring it with you. Okay? Draw your favorite animal and then bring it right down where I can see. Okay?
You're not